Good evening, or should I say good morning. It's 1 o'clock and 1:30 in the morning here in Southwest Missouri in America. I want to talk to you about something. I'm serious. Do you understand that what that big beautiful bill did to people's insurance, their health care insurance? I'm serious. I'm not joking. This is not anything. All red states, almost all red states, let's just say that way, because there's so much in there, but I do know almost all red states, if not all red states, that's a better way to put it, their insurance, healthcare insurance, is going to go between double, triple, and in some instances quadruple the first of the year. Some of you people have already received your thing. That's direct result of the big beautiful bill, because they refuse to extend the ACA or the Obamacare. It's the same thing. If you don't believe me, go look it up. Okay, MAGA, look it up. Yes, that's going to go up. And the people that it hurts the worst are the people in red states. It's fact. That's not me saying it. That's our independent government workers saying that. That look at the numbers, that do our numbers and stuff, that are non-biased, and they do that. Okay? That's now. I've looked at that. That means the Trump administration, all of our people that look at that stuff and they score the bill. That's what it is. Okay? And then today, on the hearings, Republicans are not having hearings about health care or getting those subsidies done or lowering your health care or making life better, bringing the prices down of groceries, bringing the prices down on rent, slowing down inflation, lowering your heating bills, lowering your electric bills, because I'm telling you, that shit's going up. It's all in that big, beautiful bill. Okay? Because they're deregulated, a lot of that shit. When you deregulate, well, those deregulations work in the poor person's favor. The little guy. Regulations work in our favor. They protect us. Yeah, they can hamstring us sometimes, but overall, they keep the big people from taking advantage of us. Okay, I'm not saying they can't do a better job. Don't get me wrong. They can do a better job. And we need to do a better job. But when you have them sit there and they're having committee meetings and stuff going on front of the TV and everything else through C-SPAN and all that other shit, you can watch it. I'm not bullshitting you. They're having it on. Now, they've had these before. This is the fucked up part about this. Oh, they signed some little fucking piece of paper. Oh, yeah, we want to have free-flowing heads, shower heads, and better flushing toilets. Okay? They're having hearings on shower heads. Now, you tell me if your fucking Thanksgiving dinner was cheaper this year than it was last year. I can tell you it ain't. Mine was close to 30% higher. And they want to show you that fucking thing. Oh, no, Walmart said it was cheaper this year. Well, they lied to you. First off, last year's deal had 25 items. And it had brand name shit in it. All the stuff they showed you this year was 15 items, and it was generic. So that's like comparing apples to oranges. Yeah, they're both fruit, but they ain't even in the same class. They're just fruit. It's like saying, well, there's no difference between a semi-truck and a car. Well, they're both vehicles, yeah, but there's a whole lot of fucking difference. Okay, people, wake the fuck up. Okay. And in this, again, like I've told you, more information has come out. We've seen the Epstein stuff. Oh, my God. They had rooms like the Sleeping Beauty room. They had the dentist room, play doctor room, Snow White room, the torture room, yeah. They tortured fucking girls and probably guys. We don't know all yet. But they literally tortured. They had fucking torture stuff. These are some sick motherfuckers. Catering to the rich people. All this shit is filmed on that island. All of it. There's not a place inside on Jeffrey Epstein's island on there in any of the rooms that doesn't have fucking cameras in it. Okay? What we found out, again, like I'm telling you, I'm not bullshitting you on this. You can go look it up. We literally have a worldwide pedophile ring. Remember I told you before, it just came out because a lawsuit was filed down there in Florida by the Boca News that Trump was running a pedophile ring of girls. Yeah, he's named in it, along with Bill Gates and some others. Not Jeffrey Epstein, Trump, Bill Gates, and others. Okay, because these victims are getting stronger, and they're seeing that the voices are carrying. They're standing up for each other to see what the other girls are doing and the other women are doing, and they're standing up. People, we have a problem in this world and in this country. We have racism problem, we have a misogyny problem, and we have an education problem. Period. Okay? And we have an empathy problem. We don't give a fuck about our neighbors. And again, I've preached this since the late 1980s. I said this after I got out of the military. This all stems from the movie I saw, Wall Street. Go watch that movie and then tell me if I'm not right by what I say in this statement. I got mine, and fuck you, and I will do everything I can to keep mine and to keep you from getting yours. So fuck you, I got mine, and I'll do everything I can to keep you from getting yours. That's what I came up with after seeing that movie a few years later and saw what I saw in the people of my age. I hate to say that. I saw it in people my age, a little bit older. Well, they're all the rich people now, and they're all the billionaires and these people in politics, and the younger ones that come up, and especially in the Republican Party, you can see it. We literally have people out there cheering that because they were Mexican or an immigrant, that they've been paralyzed because they've been beaten so bad and stuck in hospitals under John Doe names, hidden by ICE. Yes, we've had American citizens crippled in a coma by ICE that the families didn't know for 3 months where the hell he was, and found him in a fucking hospital under a John Doe name. Yeah. That's what's happening. These are Nazis, people. We're living in a fascist country with Nazis, white supremacists. Okay? And remember, I've told you, Europe has the evidence, for one, that they want to turn this country into a white-only country. And I believe now, I'm saying this, and evidence to me, everything shows me, again, like I've told you, and we can show you that these business people and certain countries around the world and the bad actors are playing to try to take over the world so that business is in charge. Well, again, you got to remember this, people. Okay? All you got to do is look at Russia. That's what they're trying to create. Well, how many people fell out of building windows in Russia? Right now, he's literally stealing the oligarchs' money, the rich people in Russia. He's taking their money because they're going fucking broke. Yeah. They can say whatever they want, like they're winning the war. They're not winning the war. That's bullshit lie. That's propaganda which you're being fed. And our media is fucking by it here in the West. They're not telling you the true fucking story that's happening on the ground. Okay? Hell, satellite images tell you that. That fucking Russia's getting their ass kicked. Yeah, they're doing a job. They're making pushes. They're making things. But man for man, if they were equal up, Russia would already be wiped out. If they were given the proper equipment and had some more manpower, they would walk right through them. There's no doubt in my mind. Again, I've served in the military. I did some studying and stuff on it. I'm not an expert by no means. There's people a whole lot smarter than me. But when Ukraine can hold off, when they were dictated that they wouldn't last 3 days, if they lasted a week, they would be lucky when Russia attacked. That was 4 years ago, people. It was 4 years ago. Okay, now to get back to, and we would get into the deal. That plan that was put out, and Putin saying, oh, they got an agreement in Alaska, and they might have a fucking handshake agreement. They might have that. There's nothing written down. Again, Trump is notorious for making deals and not signing any fucking contracts. Okay, he's also notorious for signing contracts but never living up to the contracts. Okay, he doesn't pay his fucking bills. He doesn't. Why do you think he had to go to Russian banks, people? He had to go to Russian banks. Go watch back videos when they talk about, oh yeah, we went to the Russians, we don't need to go to the American banks. Because they wouldn't loan him any fucking money because he wouldn't pay his fucking bills. That's a fact. And the only sumbitch I know that's bankrupted a fucking casino. Not because there was a bad fucking economy or anything, but because of fucking mismanagement and fucking money laundering. He was laundering money for the fucking Russians through those fucking casinos. Russia fronts him the money. God, when you people will wake the fuck up. Okay? I'm serious. You people need to wake the fuck up. You're being bamboozled by a fucking con man. You're like the same ones that when you seen on the Animal House. I like it. I'll have another. I'll have another. While he fucking beats you in the head with a fucking stick. Over the head with another stick. You say, I'll have another Trump. I'll have another Trump. That's what you say. That's you people. That's how dumb it is. I have family members. And I can't talk to them anymore. I fucking cut them out of my life. Because they're stupid. Okay? You can't tell them nothing. They're ate up with ideology instead of facts. Okay, we also know Palestinians, people, you're looking at a human rights violation. They're starving those people to death. Okay? We are starving people here in this country. Yeah. Not just Americans, but we're starving the immigrants. Why do you think they won't allow the fucking, which is by law, they're supposed to allow representatives, senators, and representatives to visit these detention centers? Why? Because that's the oversight. You don't want to run something that doesn't have any oversight, people. Because I'm going to apply it to you like MAGA. Now, would you want Biden going and running in the prisons and not allowing any of you Republicans to go in and look it over? No, you wouldn't. Okay? The same way we shouldn't allow them. Because, again, you're supposed to keep an eye on things. Because, again, remember I've told you this. And it proves that Doge and Trump fired all the people that the something generals that are supposed to look over, that are the people that look over the government and look at all the financing and everything else to make sure no one's cheating and stealing money. Well, they're gone. Those people are gone. There's no one watching. The FBI put out a 160-page report. Basically says there's nobody fucking home to secure the fucking building. We literally have an open door to the fucking criminals to come and do whatever the fuck they want. Whether they fly on a fucking plane, they drive to this country. If you're a brown person, you're not going to get in. But if you're a white person, you can do all the shit you want, and that's what Russia's doing. And if you're Saudi Arabia and you give Trump some money, you can do whatever the fuck you want. We also found out today, remember I told you that they sold Ukraine? They chopped up Ukraine and sold it off? Well, Saudi Arabia owns a piece now. Which again, Ukraine people didn't see one fucking dime of that money that they're not going to see. That's backroom deals made to cut it up without talking to the fucking country that they're cutting up. Now I'm going to tell you for the last fucking time. If you know that it's fucking illegal and you and all the other people, you can't use the excuse because it's the same deal that they give us when people committed war crimes. I was just following orders. Well, you can't go and say, well, so-and-so did it, corporation did it, so I should be able to do it. No, it don't fucking work like that. These people know they have enough fucking lawyers. They're smart enough, they're college educated, running fucking big Fortune 500 clubs, corporations. They know what the fucking law is. Before they make a move, they fucking know what the law is. Okay? They're making moves that is literally, to me, is treason. They're selling out Ukraine for one, which to me, that is democracy. That's NATO, Europe, that's democracy. That's us. United States with all the other countries that believe in freedom, democracy, vote, one man voice. Yeah, that's what that is. Well, they don't think that anymore. That's treason as far as I'm concerned. Plus, the ones that are doing it from our country, that are doing it, that are fucking us too, that's treason. These rich business people need to go to prison. Okay? I'm serious. There is a deal. Now, you want to talk about the deep state? The deep state is fucking business. The Republican Party, the judicial system in this country are bought and paid for now. Because again, I'll give you another example today. There was a decision that came down by the Supreme Court on Texas gerrymandering. And Justice Alito, he jumped right on that. Oh, we're going to freeze it and we're going to allow them. This is what they did. Yeah, you got to watch this. You got to remember. Remember when any time that they didn't really want to do anything, like on the, when they strung out, Trump had immunity. You know, I remember how long they strung that out, and then they did it at the very last end of the deal, so he could run the clock out, so we wouldn't be pissed off, and they go on their vacation and go on a deal, and then we march. There ain't nobody to fucking. They don't have to walk back at all the marchers. They all went on vacation when the thing was over. Not the 3 justices and shit. Those 6 justices. Those are the same ones like Thomas and Alito. They're getting free trips and free plane rides from these fucking billionaires. They're bought and paid for, people. These judges are. Okay, well, he goes in and stops it. Oh, we're going to hold it up. And then they put... It already had a trial. All legal. A Trump judge said what Texas was doing was illegal, was racist. A Trump judge said it was illegal and racist. Well, they shut that down. Now do you understand why California did that? Because they're clogging up, they're cheating the system. The Democrats are literally fighting the Republicans, the judicial system, the administration, okay? Because Trump's cheating on the fucking voting. Republicans are helping him cheat with the voting by manipulating a damn and gerrymandering when they shouldn't be doing it. You get it once every 10 years, every time a census is done. And you adjust on the population. And to me, and the other deal is, if you're going to adjust on the population, again, in between that, then you go off what the last midterms election was. Well, we just had a dang election and elected Trump. Well, you go off those fucking numbers. It's still gerrymandered the way they did it. But no, they want to go off numbers that they just went ahead and made, which is, again, illegal, that what they did. But the Supreme Court says, okay, you can go ahead and do it. We'll put it up to have a full hearing and everything else while he puts the injunction in so that they can fucking do it. So what he's literally saying, okay, we know you're cheating. They literally know they're cheating. It's like the saying, well, I know you're cheating on Parcheesi or Monopoly, okay? Okay, instead of when you land on something, you don't have to pay, but you can roll again. That's what the Supreme Court's doing, allowing the Republicans to do. While they have the hearings and everything else to get it to where you have a dangling another little hearing before the Supreme Court. And they can put it off and put it off and put it off as long as they want. But again, our hands are tied, so Texas can continue to do whatever the fuck they want. So now do you understand why California did it? Now, Virginia's going to do the next, and they said, fuck it. If this is what the Supreme Court said, then we're going to gerrymander the whole fucking state. We're going to get 10 seats now. Fuck the 5. Let's go 10. Let's just go all out because, again, the Supreme Court said it was fucking legal. They told Texas it was legal. I'll just wait. We'll have to have a full hearing and everything else. But I guarantee you, when they run it up to the Supreme Court, I'll say that they'll find something wrong with it. It'll be exactly the same thing as what Texas is doing. I'm telling you this, people. Pay attention. Okay? That's not just me saying this. This is fucking smart constitutional lawyers saying this shit. The reason I know it is because I fucking pay attention. I can see it. Fuck, the answer that they gave me, I fucking shook my head because it was a bullshit answer, and I'm a layperson, and I don't understand the law, and I knew I was being snowballed. And the fucking the dang, before the guy reading it out made his comment on it, said exactly the same thing. Their bullshit answer that the Supreme Court's giving. And our side, which was the three, Sotomayor, Jackson, and I can't remember the other one, basically said that in the deal and pointed out where. Pointed out how the lower court did a better job, had a full hearing, 9-day hearing, and proved step by step by the law they were wrong. This is where when you have a corrupt Supreme Court that are ideologues instead of by the law, they're bending and breaking the norms of the law, and you can do it. You've seen it done. Because again, all you got to do, think of it is like this. Remember when you thought about us, just a working man, when you got to go up against an insurance company. They got big buku bucks. They can hire lawyers, and they can put you off and run around and make you do this and everything else. Well, because you don't have the money, you got to do it. Yeah, because it's part of the law. But they can lead you by the nose. Well, now they're doing it the other way is, oh, we're putting you off and putting you off and putting you off. But we're stuck with no resolving the damn votes down there in fucking Texas. Do you understand what I'm saying? They are no longer legitimate. Those 6 Supreme Court justices, they're no longer in for justice. They're ideologues. They're literally ideologues. It just blows my mind that 30% of this fucking country is dumber than a fucking post. Political, environmental. Oh, and that brings me back to this today. Trump, in that big, beautiful bill, did away with all the fucking standards for all the automobiles. And this was the exact answer that what's his name on Fox, Jesse Waters said. Oh, we can go back and we can have station wagons like they did back in 1970. Do you know what kind of fucking mileage that fucking station wagon made in 1970? You were lucky if you were getting 12 miles to the fucking gallon. Do you see where you're getting fucked while they get rich? Because again, it takes twice as much gas to run that same 1970s vehicle, what it does today's standards, and electric cars and hybrids and everything else when I can get 70 miles to the gallon. Why the fuck do I want to go back to 12 miles to the gallon? They can sell more fuel and you can go less places. So again, they're hamstringing you to where you can progress forward. They're keeping you poor. That's what those laws do. They keep you poor. They make you spend more money to do the same thing again. That new technology saved you. It's like when microwaves. It's like, okay, now we say we take away all the microwaves, not because they're bad for you, but because we don't want you cooking your food as long. Well, how much more fucking time do you got a chance to cook your fucking food? You're already working 2 fucking jobs, right? Yeah, you're working 2 jobs. Now you got time to go down and sit down and spend 6 hours cooking a meal from scratch. Because now the next thing they're going to tell you is no more processed food. You got to cook everything from scratch. That's the same fucking logic. Now, then to even make it even worse, now, because they're going to fuck it all up, you're going to have to raise your own animals because they're breaking the beef industry. They're literally going to break that. It's going to be so bad that we'll have to import fucking beef from all over the world because they're going to break all the fucking cattle farmers and ranchers in this fucking country. Oh, yeah. You'll literally have to go out and seek a fucking farmer out for your beef. And how expensive will that be if he really wants to ram it to you? Okay? And I'm not saying they all do. Don't get me wrong. They all deserve to make a fair price. But again, if you're going to charge a fair price, then I have to make fair wages. And people today ain't making fair wages. Because how I can prove that? In 1970 and 60s, my father could work one 40-hour job and take care of 6 kids. In the 70s. Take care of 6 kids. He worked other jobs because we were trying to move up because we were poor. But again, he could still feed us and stuff. And fed 6 kids on $25 a week. Yeah. So no, I used to go to the grocery store shopping with my mom all the time. I used to have to keep the tally of that, of the groceries and stuff, and I wasn't good enough to figure in taxes because I didn't understand percentages as a 10-year-old kid or 13-year-old kid. When then my little brother come along when he was 3 years old, he could do the shit in his head. He could do the taxes in his head once he knew what the rate was. That's how smart the little shit was. Okay? So my mom knew down to the penny when my little brother was around exactly how much he was spending at the grocery store. And we used to spend on average $25 and fed 6 kids. Well, you can't feed one person on that same amount of money healthy. Because if you fed them on $100, there wouldn't be one piece of fruit that they would ever get in their life. Never. On $100 a month today. So people, wake the fuck up. Start paying attention to the news and not the fucking mainstream media. They're not telling to you. Because again, they've already paid Trump money because they bent the knee and sucked him off. Like ABC did. NBC just gave right in. And CBS is on its way down. They're destroying CBS. At Barry, what the fuck's her name is? She's literally destroying it. They're turning it into a... Their next deal is they're literally trying to destroy 60 Minutes. They truly are. Here before this next year is out, they're going to fire more people there if Trump still stays in office. But yeah, no, I'm serious. They're literally having a meeting about showerheads today. Showerheads for you people. Showerheads. God, people, you are stupid. You MAGA people are dumber than Post. I could go out and talk to a Post and get a better reaction out than I can out of you. The Post would be sanier than what you are. That's a sad fact to say about you, MAGA chuds. Jesus Christ. All you others that listen to me that ain't MAGA chuds, that you want to learn something. If you're a MAGA chud, you want to learn something? Heather Cox Richardson, go read what the fuck she writes in her videos and shit. Go see what Midas Touch does. Go see what Brian Cohen Tyler. Go see what Glenn Kirshner does. Go see what Stephanie Miller does. Go see what Democracy Now! Does. Amy Goodman. Go see what The Guardian does overseas. And some of those newspapers, what they're telling you compared to what's being told here. Okay? You know what the world thinks of us? The same thing that we thought about Europe when the fucking Nazis were taking over there. Okay, in the 40s. Well, it's the same thing that's happening here. Because they want to make this country white, people. Alright, I'll get off this rant. Like I said, I'm just pissed. And I didn't get a lot to say today because, again, I was at the VA today and I got to be at the VA tomorrow. So I don't know if I'll do anything tomorrow or not even. I did get out to my 8 o'clock banging the pots tonight. I was in the middle of fixing supper and when getting back. And then my brother came over and watched the races. So we watched some races on TV. Watched the dome race, and that was pretty good. Watching the dome race. But y'all have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Or should I say later today, if I can make some more videos. But I'm trying. I got a sore throat coming on. So I don't know if I'm going to lose my voice or not. Y'all have a good night.